Next, so we looked at adding and subtracting two complex numbers or complex numbers. Now we're going to look at multiplying complex numbers. So to multiply two complex numbers, we're going to use the distributive property. Please remember, especially when it comes to multiplying, you will be using um, this concept of whenever we see multiply two i's, we get I squared, and I squared is equal to -1. So I'm going to repeat this in the video as well as in class. Whenever you multiply two imaginary units, you get I squared, its value is -1. All right, so let's look at this example. We have 9i times 9 minus 6i. So we're going to use the distributive property where we're going to distribute the 9i to the 9 as well as to the minus 6i. So let's go ahead and do that. 9i times 9, multiply that together, we have 81i. And then 9i times -6i, multiply 9 and 6, multiply your I and I, we're going to have 54 I squared. And actually that's -6. So -54 I squared. So anytime you see the I squared, anytime you see I squared, it's going to equal to, so we're going to say times -1. Okay, times -1. So then that we're going to take the -1, multiply it to the -54. That would give us positive 54. So let's bring our parts together. We have 81i plus 54. And that is our solution, but we want to make sure we write our answer in standard form. And our software, our math software that we're using, is it will tell you to write your answer in this form. The real number part first, the imaginary number, imaginary part second. So in standard form, this becomes 54 plus 81i. Next example. We have 6 plus 9i times 4 plus I. All right, so we're going to multiply the two complex numbers together, but what method are we going to use because we have two binomials? We're going to use the FOIL method. Okay, so our first term, 6 times 4, that gives us 24. Outside term, take the 6 times it to the I. This is not new as far as using the FOIL method. It's just that instead of having x as the variable, we have the imaginary unit I. So outside term, 6 times I, we have 6i. Inside term, we have 9i times 4. That gives us 36i. And then our last term, we're going to take the 9i times it to the I. That gives us 9i squared. Remember, if you have to, keep writing it out. I squared is equal to -1. So where we see I squared, you're saying times -1. So it's going to make that positive 9 now a -9. So let's bring together our parts. I'm going to circle the real number part. 24 minus 9, which gives us 15. And then our imaginary part, 6i plus 36i, we have 42i. And that is our solution.